Hey guys. Today I gonna show you my experiences about the progress of increasing my vertical jump high with Vert Shock. Vert Shock is an 8-week that promises to increase your jump at a rate of between 9 to 15 plus inches. Following is the results of my 8-week Vert Shock training. Before my Vert Shock training, I had to measure my vertical jump in order to track my improvement. I could barely reach the hoop of the basket. I hated that and I knew I needed to work on it ASAP. Pre-shock phase. Although it's called a pre-shock phase, it was one of the hardest training weeks, given that I had been lazy and not working out for the longest time. Right now I can tell you, the pre-shock wasn't at all pre for me. I got shocked right away. It took me about an hour to complete each workout. Although the workouts were not all that hard, they were very intense. I just simply love that you don't need hours to complete a workout. And although I promised myself to track my progress weekly, I was pretty spent after my first week and I was too tired to test it out. Shock phase. After my first week of workouts, I decided to track my progress bi-weekly. That way I could get the right amount of training and I could see better results. Second week. During my second week of Vert Shock training, I had gotten more used to training and I was feeling less tired as I worked out. In addition, I could see improvement in my vertical. By only the second of training, my jump had increased 3 inches. I was proud of my first result and I knew then that I was about to be able to dunk for the very first time. My first dunk with Vert Shock. Week 2 and 3 were pretty consistent. I maintained my workouts and all that time I was witnessing my vertical slowly increase. I was happy with the progress I was making, so I decided to take the ball to the court. I had high hope that it would be the first time I dunk. Unfortunately, I missed. That didn't stop me. In fact, it made me want to train harder to achieve my goal. Week 4 was when things began to look up for me. I took another chance on myself by going to the basketball court once more. I did a 20-minute warm-up before attempting to dunk. The first few attempts, I missed. By the 5th, I surprised myself by scoring my first ever dunk. It was not perfect, but it was still a dunk. That's when I started to believe that the program actually worked. I began to believe that attitude is a huge part of success. The harder you work on the goals you set for yourself, the faster you'll achieve them. I also learned that you should never push yourself too hard. Once your energy and effort levels drop, you should stop the exercise and not push yourself too hard. Following the bi-weekly measuring routine, I found that in 5 weeks I had increased my vertical by 7 inches. I immediately knew that if I kept going at it, I would be able to do some insane dunking. Decline in vertical. Everything was going well until week 5. My vertical jump was consistently increasing, and I was already dunking. But by week 6, I was completely worn out. I could not feel my legs as they felt so heavy. I decided it was time to take a break for a few days to regain my strength. Unfortunately, my vertical during that week decreased a little. But once I was back on track, everything went back to normal and I was only getting better. The final spur. I was still feeling weak after week 6, but I was still back at it and dunking better than I was before. My joints still felt a bit tight, but I was pushing myself hard to achieve my goal. Week 8 was one of the hardest training weeks. You are required to have 6 intense workouts throughout the week. I was really worn out, but I promised myself to keep pushing as hard as I could and that I wouldn't let myself go easily. At that time, a nearby gym that has a basketball court had just opened in Belgrade. I wanted to do my final vertical jump measurement and test my progress at dunking. I gave the gym a visit and did another warm, just like I did every other time I was able to score. The interactive calculator indicated that my vertical had increased 11 inches by the time my training was over. I was 1 inch away from my goal. I hit the court. I was surprised by myself. I was a beast, dunking right and left. I was the best I've ever been at dunking. In just 8 weeks, I had topped myself and achieved my goal. Many other basketball players that are actually short achieved tremendous results using Vert Shock. Check it out yourself and see how this short dude could actually dunk when he was only 167 centimeters, 5'5". It's so good to be true. Check it out yourself. To know more or buy Vert Shock, please find the official link is in the description. Luckily, I was able to score a great deal for you. You can easily purchase the program at a discounted price of $67. Find the official link is in the description to get this huge discount right now.